Jamie's streaming, so I'm going to play with him. Yeah, that's alright, mate. No worries. No worries, Jamie. I'll do the same thing, bro. I'll type you as well. I shall tab you. Are you streaming as well, Jamie? Oh yeah, you are. That's alright. I'll tab you.
As I picked up the plastic ball, I realized it was intended to be worn. It was the clown's red nose.
Yeah, that's alright. No worries, Angel. Thank you. Alright. Change this over. Yeah. Oh, thanks, God. Appreciate the follow, bro. Thank you. I just jumped off COD too, so you missed it. Just playing an adventure game at the moment. How are you anyway, God? How are you? Hi, Regrez. Alright. Hold it. Alright there.
It was a soggy, crumpled paper tissue. I scooped up the sodden tissue. It was cold and greasy, like breakfast leftovers.
Breakfast left.
It was a small scrap of cloth caught on the rusting spike. I took hold of the scrap of material and unsnagged it from the spike.
Oh, wow. Excuse me. Jeez.
Hi there.
Oh, thanks for deleting that.
You sewer rat. I knew you'd come back. And now I've got you.
What are you talking about?
You're trespassing. Come out of there immediately.
That's what I'm trying to do. Give me your hand.
Ha! You won't catch me with tricks like that.
Other singer, how you going?
Keep your distance, monsieur.
Okay, okay.
Now, what were you looking for?
A
Hi
telephone.
Mel, how you
I
going?
need to make an urgent call.
There is no telephone here. I want to know what you were doing in the sewer.
Didn't you hear the explosion?
In the sewer? A deadly cocktail of combustible gases and chemicals, most likely.
No, at the cafe. A deadly cocktail of accordion music and villainy. Most definitely.
What? The cafe? Blown up? Mon Dieu, that is awful. Did you say accordion music?
Yeah, that fiend had no mercy. He was disguised as a clown. By the time the bomb went off,
That's
he'd run
good.
to the sewer
Yeah, I'm
and
good,
made
thank
his
you Mel. I'm
escape.
just I was on
Mon Dieu.
COD,
Then the
but
man
I'm
I chased.
just
Do you
streaming an
think
adventure game
that
at the
man and
moment
the
that
clown are
came out today.
one and the
Well,
same?
it didn't come out
Well,
today. The Reforged
yes, it
version
had
of it
crossed
came
my
out.
mind.
Ah, that still does not
It's,
explain what you were doing down the sewer. For all I know,
Quite
you
a funny
are
adventure
in
game. It's
league with
what
him.
came out on the
Oh no,
original
I'm just a
PlayStation.
tourist.
Most tourists are content with the Eiffel Tower,
I've
the
played this
Louvre,
game so
or
much,
the Pigalle. I
but it's
didn't
been
realize my
reforged, so the
waste pipes
graphics
were
are
such
better and
an attraction.
sound is so good. Such a funny game.
Tell me about the man you apprehended.
What is there to tell? He was a typical criminal type, just like you.
Yeah, it's really nice. They've done a
Does the
really good
name
job of
Plantar mean anything to
revamping it.
you?
No, it doesn't. Who is he?
The man who was killed in the cafe.
It's called
I'm gonna
Broken
find the guy
Sword. Have you
responsible.
ever played
I'll
Broken
find
Sword?
him. Even if it means following him down every sewer in every city in Europe.
Ah,
But
you
all
need
the
some
stuff
sensible
is like
boots.
all hand
You won't get
drawn.
far in those stupid sneakers.
Do you like adventure games, Melly? I know you play COD, but
Do you know the waitress at the cafe?
Oh, hey, she isn't hurt, is she?
No, she's fine.
Oh, thank heavens. A poor girl like her isn't safe with the likes of you roaming the streets.
Can't you understand? I'm not a gangster. I'm an American tourist.
Ah, that's what you think.
Was the guy you saw carrying a briefcase?
Why, I didn't notice. Now are you going to leave? Or do I have to call the
the
police?
graphics are good. Not a fan of the older style games. Yeah, see, this one's very old, but they've redone it so it looks newer anyway. But even the older one of this looks really good.
Perhaps you'd like to take a look at my card?
What is this? Inspector Augustin Rousseau? What does that say? Hominoid Division?
A homicide. I think the ink's smudged.
Then you are not a tourist.
Okay, I'm not. I lied to you. And I'm sorry.
But it's
Don't apologize,
full of
monsieur.
humor, this
You
game.
know,
It's so funny.
I had a feeling there was something different about you.
There's
It is your
probably about
posture,
6 of these games.
your poise.
We
Oh,
play
yes.
Alien Isolation
There is
again.
no mistake.
Yeah, I
the
know.
bearing
I've
of
wanted to play
a
that game.
disciplined man, and I should know.
It's a good game.
I
though.
was in the army, you know. When I was your age, I was fighting for my life in the African desert. How can I help you, Inspector?
Let's start over from the beginning and tell it just like it
It's
was.
about this one here, Broken Sword, Shadow of the Templars is about well, I don't want to give too much away in case you end up playing it, but it's about a clown that bombed a cafe, and he basically they're trying to reunite the Templars, and they're trying to find out who murdered the girl at the cafe and blew up the cafe.
Tell me about the
Like, you
man you
travel to different
apprehended.
places. When you get to
Oh, he
Ireland,
was a mean
it's
one, monsieur.
funny.
He
Like,
grabbed me in an
it's so
armlock.
funny. It gets
His
funny.
face suddenly next to mine. His grip was like iron. But he did not know what he was up against. Oh no. He made a big mistake when he took on one of the desert hyenas.
Yes, I get the picture. Does the name Plantar mean anything to you?
No, it
Yeah,
doesn't.
it is a good game. It's very
Do you know the
captivating. It
waitress
just
at the cafe?
sucks you
So
in.
you don't want to
And
hear
the
about
story is
my
really good. Like it's sad in
experiences in the
parts.
desert? I fought to make this country what it
The
is
second
today.
one, the Smoky
I'm
Mirror,
sure you did. But
that one's
I'm a
really
little short
really
of
good.
time.
They really did a good job with that one.
Do you know the
graphics
waitress
on
at
that
the
one's
cafe?
amazing.
You can't
I
suspect
hope they
her,
bring the second one
surely.
out on
Just
PlayStation
answer
like
the
this one,
question,
Reforged,
please.
Yes,
redone.
I know her.
It's only got released
Quite
today.
well, you could say. She came to work at the cafe 7 months ago. I look forward all week
People
to
just
the relief she
the
gives me when she visits.
dialogue in this game is hilarious.
So you'd miss her if she wasn't there.
Oh, mais oui. Where else would I find to cut my toenails?
Was the guy you saw carrying a briefcase?
Why, yes, it was. Clutched in his arms like a baby.
That belonged to his victim.
Oh, what do you think was in it? Drugs, stolen jewels.
I don't know. But the killer thought it was worth a man's life.
Nothing is worth that, monsieur.
It's funny when I show him this grease-stained tissue. His
This is
comment
what I
is
used to
hilarious.
open the manhole cover.
I have one just the same as that, monsieur. I will fetch it if you like.
No, don't bother.
Oh, it is no bother, monsieur.
Nah, forget it.
Just trying to be helpful, monsieur.
Take a look at this false nose.
Aha! That looks like a clown's nose to me.
Precisely. He must have dropped it in his panic.
Unless he wanted you to find it.
Why would he want to do that?
To put you off the scent.
What does this tissue mean to you?
Nothing, monsieur. It's disgusting. What on earth possessed you to show it to me? Someone has emptied their nostrils into it.
Does this piece of material mean anything to you?
That is the same cloth as the jacket I found. I'd recognize that pattern anywhere.
Did I show you this tissue?
We miss you.
Now, about the jacket you found. Do you have it here?
What are you up to
No,
tonight,
monsieur.
Melly?
One of the sleeves was
Apart from
badly torn.
obviously
So
playing
I set
cards
it
and
for
stuff.
repair.
If you did
Pity,
play cards, you
because
streamed,
otherwise
didn't you?
it was a fine piece of quality tailoring. It had the tailor's name inside on the label.
Where did you send the jacket?
I gave it to an itinerant Romany seamstress.
Just my luck. Was there anything in the
Hungry?
jacket pockets?
Not a sou. You know what I think?
Do tell me.
He changed
Let's
out
go
of
get
the
it at
clown
the
suit
moment
and
when
cunningly
you're not-
disguised himself as
Oh, okay.
an ordinary
What are you having
peasant.
for dinner?
Looks like I'm up against a
Anything
mastermind.
special?
What was the name on the label?
It was a foreign name. Todlik, I think.
Oh,
Did you
that
get the
Todd Rick
address?
guy down there.
There wasn't one, monsieur. Only
more.
a telephone number.
Well, I don't expect you to remember a phone number you've only seen once.
74 98 08 59.
You're kidding. That's his phone number?
Yes, that is a little trick with numbers that I learned in the desert. I was taught the technique by a two-legged ship.
That's incredible.
It comes in handy at the supermarket checkout. Do I get a reward?
Honesty, monsieur, is its own reward.
Then I'm glad I do not rely on honesty to pay the bills.
I have to be going. Thanks to your help, the citizens of Paris can sleep a little easier
Meatballs
tonight.
and gravy.
Raymond,
Man. Oh,
I was
yum,
only doing my
man.
duty, monsieur.
That
Good
sounds
luck,
so
Inspector.
good. That
I
makes me
hope you
hungry.
catch that killer soon.
Man,
I'll let you out.
yum. I love meatballs and gravy with mashed potatoes. Yum.
I hope you find your man, Inspector.
I can smell it
So
already.
do I.
Oh. Isn't it funny that when you eat food, you don't even have to be in front of you, you just know what they smell like. It's like, oh, that smells good. Oh, he's still there. Go away, Moo. Alright, let's get out of here. Such a lush, easy to make. Yeah, it is. It is. But it tastes so good. Alright, let's call this Todrick dude. Todrick! Hello.
Hello? Who is this?
Who is this?
Hi. My name's George Stobart.
Stobart.
You don't know me.
Correct, Mr. Stobart. I don't. What can I do for you?
Well, I'm trying to trace one of your customers. Could I maybe come over and talk to you?
No. No, that's not possible.
Oh, okay. Forget it. Listen, all I want is a name.
What are you talking about? Who are you working for?
I guess you might say I'm acting in the interests of truth and justice.
Ah, thank God. I thought you were the police.
There are innocent lives at stake, Mr. Todrick. Lives that you could save.
You're collecting for charity, yes?
No, I'm not. All I want from you is information.
Go on. I'm listening.
Do you know a guy called Plantar?
No, I never heard of him.
What do you know about the clown who bombed the Café de la Chandelle Verte?
I don't have no idea what you're talking about.
You're cool, Todrick. But I think you know more than you're saying.
I don't know who you be, but sure I am you don't know what you're talking about.
I don't know if you're saying that to make me think you don't know what I mean, but... Oh, this is ridiculous. Quit playing games with me, Todrick.
I tell you, I know nothing about no clown.
Shall I tell you what happened to Plantar? How he was killed in cold blood?
I told you, I never heard of Plantar.
I expect Plantar's a family man, don't you? In their little apartment, Madame Plantar is cooking the supper, listening for the familiar sound of her husband's key in the door. Junior is waiting for his daddy to come home from work. He can't wait to show him the merit marks he earned in school today.
The guy he's talking
Only
about
tonight,
died in the cafe, Bobby.
Monsieur Plantar won't be coming home.
You forgot the puppy.
Huh?
The faithful puppy dog, waiting for the sound of his master's voice.
Well, maybe they don't have a dog. What do you think?
I don't know Plantar. I never heard of Plantar. None of this has anything to do with me.
Did you know that one of your customers was a part-time clown?
If a guy feels happy with a funny nose and custard down his pants, what's the problem?
Thanks for nothing, Todrick.
Alright. Let's call Nico. Hello, Cola.
Bonjour, Kula.
It's me again, George Stobart.
Hi, George. Any news?
You bet. I met a witness who spoke to the clown. And I know where the killer gets his suits.
No kidding. Hey, I'm impressed.
You are? Well, it wasn't easy.
Look, why don't you come here to my apartment?
Fine. Where do you live?
361 Rue Jarry.
Okay, I'll come right over.
Oh, this lady is so weird. Merci. Alright. Champ de la Verre.
The woman was doing
Slave.
something with a pair of needles that couldn't be described as knitting. She was a cheery old soul, the kind you'd walk across the street to avoid. Oh, hi.
Bonjour, monsieur. Would you like me to foretell your future?
No thanks.
I'm very good, and it only takes a minute.
Thanks all the same, but I'm not superstitious. Besides, if it only takes a minute, that's not much of a future to look forward to. Are the flowers for sale?
Oui, monsieur.
Okay. I'll take a bunch of those white ones.
I wouldn't do that if I was you.
No?
They are lilies, monsieur. Some people associate them with death.
Yikes. Well, thanks for telling me. What other flowers do you have?
Dahlias?
What do they signify?
Insecurity.
I don't want to give her the wrong idea about me.
Yeah, no worries, Melly. Thank you.
What about the tall yellow ones?
Those are iris, the flame of
Really
passion.
appreciate it. Thank you.
And the little yellow ones?
Sensuality.
Well, they're no use to me. I want to make an impression, not jump down her throat. I've changed my mind. Will you tell my fortune?
You're going on a long journey.
My, oh my. What a surprise. Can you tell me anything I don't already know?
10 francs, please, my dear.
10 francs? That's a ripoff.
Please yourself.
How does this fortune-telling routine work?
If I knew that, I wouldn't be selling flowers for a living.
Haven't you ever wondered why you were blessed with the gift?
Well, it's a bit like satellite television, I suppose. Some of us are born with a built-in receiver dish. I just happen to be one of the lucky ones.
Can you really foretell the future?
Only time will tell, monsieur. The strange thing is, I can't seem to see myself in the future. Other people, I have no problem. But when I try to see what might happen to me, nothing.
That must be scary.
Maybe. I figure it's a kind of natural safety mechanism. Either that, or I don't have a future.
Do you know a young woman called Nicole Collard?
Yes, I do. She lives upstairs from me, in the apartment block across the street. The door isn't locked, but you'll need to give it a gentle nudge. It sticks, you see, because of the damp. The landlord said he'd fixed it before winter sets in. He's been saying that for 3 years.
How long has Mademoiselle Collard lived here?
A few months. She's in for a shock when the cold weather comes. Drafty windows, insufficient heating. It's a struggle to keep warm. The only reason I stay is because the rent is cheap. You're a young lady. She deserves better.
I thought Mademoiselle Collard was a successful photographer.
Not as successful as she makes out for all her fine clothes. Oh, I've heard her crying herself to sleep at night.
That's awful.
Now don't you let on that I've told you. She's proud, that one. Too proud, if you ask me.
What do you make of this tool?
Is it something a dentist would use?
No, it's for raising manhole covers.
Formidable.
C'est formidable.
Do you recognize this nose?
Non, monsieur.
Do you recognize this nose?
Non, monsieur.
What can you tell me about this tissue?
Nothing?
What can you tell me about this material?
It's a very expensive piece of cloth, monsieur.
Thanks,
See you
lady.
later.
That's right, monsieur. You will.
The door was shabby and in need of a coat of paint. I couldn't imagine the Collard woman living here. Remembering the flower seller's advice, I pushed the door gently just above the lock.
That's hardly gentle. Just smash the door open.
Bonjour. I'm glad you could make it, monsieur.
Please, call me George.
Fine. I'm Nicole. Take a seat, George.
Take a seat, George.
Eh bien? And what have you been up to?
I've been exploring the sewers beneath the cafe.
I thought I could smell something bad.
The clown used the sewer to escape and to change out of his costume. I guess he was in a hurry. He left his jacket behind.
And?
I got his tailor's phone number.
You had better luck than I did.
Luck, she said. Luck! Hard work, I'd call it. What happened?
I took my photographs to the editor, but he wasn't interested. Can you believe it? He told me to drop his story.
But you're not about to do that.
Oh, no. I am going to find out what's behind these killings. You know what I think? It's a conspiracy. The police in 3 different countries have kept very quiet about the murders. The press don't connect them at all. They blame them on political, religious, or militant minority extremists.
That covers just about everyone. Tell me more about the clown's previous victims.
The first was Arno Bellotta, the millionaire pharmaceutical baron. He made his money from amphetamines in the post-war slimming and diet boom. Imagine it! Millions of housewives literally speeding their butts off.
Was he killed for his money?
No. He had no living relatives, and his fortune went to the orphanage where he grown up. The only witness in the case was his Filipino au pair. She swears he was led to his death by a snowman.
What about the clown's second victim?
Yamada, the controversial Japanese green politician. He inherited his fortune from his father's electrochemical consortium. He was committed to dismantling Japan's automobile industry.
I can't see him gaining much support with a loony policy like that.
Yamada was a man of vision. He was years ahead of his time.
You say so. How did he die?
At the end, or should I say, flippers, of a giant emperor penguin.
Very good.
A snowman, a penguin, and now a clown. You know, I hate to admit it, but this is scary. And I'll tell you what, I won't be accepting any invitations to costume parties.
I don't blame you for being scared. I am too. But this story could be my only chance of a big break.
Or a premature death. May I use your telephone?
Sure, go ahead.
Thanks.
Hello? Who is this?
Mr. Todrick?
Oh, it's you again. What now?
I want you,
Forget it.
Todrick. What's going on with that? Alright.
May I use your telephone?
Sure,
No,
go ahead.
no, I don't
Thanks.
want to use your silly telephone. Thank you, but no thank you. Leave me alone.
This is the tool I used to get into the sewers.
Fascinating, George.
You're not interested, are you?
Oh, of course I am. I think it was very brave of you to go down those sewers.
Yeah? Well, it was kind of scary, but, well, I had a job to do. I found this false nose in the sewer.
Hey, what's this inside it?
The contents of someone's nose?
Don't be cross, George. It says La Risée du Monde. Masks and costumes. It's a costume shop near the Gare Saint-Lazare.
I'll check it out. Maybe the owner remembers who hired the clown costume.
Why don't you put it on, George?
No way am I wearing this. I'd look really stupid. Besides, he might have had a cold.
Ah,
I showed you the red nose, didn't I?
Yes, you did. Why don't you pay a visit to the shop it came from?
I just might do that. I found this tissue down the sewer.
Oh, that's disgusting, George.
I think the stuff on it is grease paint, like actors use. Or clowns.
It's still disgusting. Get rid of it.
Did I show you this tissue?
Yes, George. I asked you to get rid of it.
what? I got banned from Jamie's stream because I'm under 18.
I found a piece of material near the cafe.
Is that what he said to you?
When I showed it to the concierge, he recognized it right away.
It's very distinctive, all right. Just wait until you see this. I developed the film I shot at the cafe. Here, George, it's an enlargement I made. Look what that guy's wearing.
Checkered pants. The same material as I found in the sewer.
That's right. This guy shouldn't be difficult to find.
Oh no?
Take a close look at his left cheek.
A scar. In the shape of a horseshoe.
Oh, a crescent moon.
We were playing COD, then they all left and they banned me. Did he know you were under 18 though, mate?
How come you enlarged this photograph of me?
Because I noticed the guy behind you, of course.
Tell
Yeah,
me more about
unfortunately,
yourself.
we're
Oh,
trying to
there is no much to
stream
tell.
Well,
professionally,
how did you
so
get into photography?
I guess I owe that to my father. He bought my
it's
first
hard for
camera.
us when we're
I was 8
doing
and my parents had
18
just split up.
stream, 18 plus stream, because we'll end up getting flagged, mate, and then it will cause problems for our stream.
Did you live with your father?
Yes, my mother went off with her new boyfriend. I don't mind. Papa was all I needed. 4 years later, he died in a plane crash.
I'm sorry.
Well, it's all right. I don't mind talking about him. He was more like an older brother, really. Always joking and laughing. Papa always wanted I should study art. That's why I went to college.
Did you learn about photography at
The angel
college?
told them he
Oh,
could
God, no. I
afford
couldn't
because
afford the
you said,
materials. We were
"Oh,
billed
no,
for
but
everything we
first
used,
you were
paint,
like,
canvas,
oh,
paper.
okay.
Most of my year turned to minimalism. It was cheaper. I used to go poaching in the park for squirrel hair. The only time I
The
wasn't
angels,
hungry was the term I did printing.
Jamie's mod
I
as well,
used
though,
to eat
dude.
the potatoes.
You're making
She's
fun
there
of
to
me,
make
aren't
sure
you?
he
Oh,
doesn't get
no.
in trouble.
Do you have a boyfriend?
That's none of your business.
Do you want this photograph back?
No, you keep it. I can always make another print.
May I use your telephone?
Sure, go ahead.
Thanks.
Send the phone.
Hello? Who is this?
It's George Stobart again.
What now?
Did you make a suit for a man with a scar on his face? A scar in the shape of a crescent moon?
Maybe. Maybe not.
Tell me where I can find him and I'll leave you alone.
And if I don't,
I won't leave you alone.
I can't tell you anything unless you give me his name.
His name was...
Do you know where I can find the guy with the scar?
I told you. Without a name, I can't help you.
Thanks
Oh,
for
yes, silly,
nothing,
mate.
Todrick.
Alright, let's go.
I'm going back out to search for that clown.
Where?
I guess I could visit the costume shop.
Good idea.
Oh, this is fun. What's that? Who?
It was a disgustingly realistic plastic novelty, like one I'd left on the teacher's desk at school. Boy, that caused so much of a stink you'd have thought it was a real one. The
Pick it up.
plastic novelty was so damned realistic I could have sworn I could smell it. As my fingers closed on the plastic novelty, I realized my mistake. It was a novelty, all right, but it wasn't plastic.
Ugh.
No way was I gonna touch that thing again. It was an antique phonograph, the kind you have to wind by hand.
Shit.
I gave the dummy Puro a tentative prod, but it didn't move. As I was about to touch the dummy, I realized it had the same color eyes as Nico. The strange thing was, I hadn't realized I'd noticed the color of Nico's eyes.
Ah, my neck.
The guy's spoon-shaped face was mournful and humorless. He looked like a vegetarian in a slaughterhouse.
I'm gonna end the stream
Excuse me?
soon, though, mate,
Bonjour,
'cause
monsieur.
I gotta get up
Please,
early for
come
work
in.
tomorrow, so
Welcome.
I'll probably stay
Leave the
online for
mundane
another
world behind.
9
For in
minutes.
these four
8
walls,
minutes, sorry.
fantasy
Then
is
I'll jump
king.
off.
I don't want a costume.
Didn't you ever dress up when you were a child?
Not that I remember.
Incredible! You'll be telling me next that you never shared your elder sister's lingerie.
I don't have a sister, and I think I'd look pretty silly in a brassiere. I just need some information.
Of course. How can I help you?
Have you heard of a man named Plantile?
I do not recall anyone of that name.
I'm looking for a man who hired a clown costume from you.
Oui, monsieur. I do not see how I can help.
Don't you keep a record of costumes that you've rented out?
Of course, monsieur, but...
Well, then I'd like to check your records. Give me the names of everyone who's rented a clown suit.
Impossible. There are too many.
The clown I'm looking for is a cold-blooded killer. Give me his name, and I'll see he's brought to justice.
I'd help you if I could, but you can't expect me to remember all my customers. You see, the clown costume is our most popular line, monsieur. On average, we hire out more than 30 clown suits a week. You'll have to give me more to go by. A description, perhaps?
How come clowns are so popular?
I think it has something to do with their unpredictable nature.
Personally, I think clowns should be banned, along with mimes.
Oh, come now. Who doesn't love
Pretty sure I
clowns?
just fell
Me,
asleep.
for one. What does this tool mean to you?
Nothing, monsieur.
Do you want this red nose back?
Not after it's been worn, thank you.
Not after I've been worn, thank you.
Does this dirty tissue mean anything
Oh, that's
to
right.
you?
He sniffs this tissue.
Let me smell that. Bestheimer's number 7 white pancake.
Theatrical grease paint, right?
Oui, monsieur. La crème de la crème of Thespian accoutrement.
Have you sold any of it recently?
Yes, 2 cans.
Alright.
Do you recognize this man?
Ah oui, he was here this morning. He
Monsieur
chose 2
Clown.
costumes. Bozo the clown and
Yeah, I
Seamus
will
the
jump off
pixie.
in a minute.
Pixie?
Very smart. Green
'Cause
silk
I don't want
with
to. I really don't want to
taffeta
fall
lining.
asleep while I'm
He
screaming.
gave me his name as Monsieur Khan.
Are you sure this is the
Certainement,
same man who hired the
Monsieur
clown
Khan.
suit?
Certainement, Monsieur Khan.
Thanks for your help, buddy.
My pleasure, monsieur. Allow me to shake you by the hand.
Oh, he gets
well,
that.
okay. What are you trying to do?
Sleep
Kill me?
stream.
You did not
You know,
find it amusing?
they're,
I never
sleep
saw the
streams are
funny
actually
side
really
of
popular.
electroshock therapy.
It's
Eh bien,
crazy
it
how
is
many
yours
streams
to
I've
keep.
seen.
A gift?
I go
Do I need a
past them and
license?
people, there's
No,
like
but I
40,
give
50
you a
people in there
word
just
of
watching a
warning,
girl sleep.
monsieur.
It's
What?
fucking
Remember
crazy.
to
Please,
switch it
get out.
off before you visit the toilet.
Oh, you used to be able to press that bell, I'm pretty sure. You get loads of views on them. I know, isn't it weird that people just sit there and watch people sleep? It's fucking strange. I went past one once where this girl was sleeping in her bed. She had her back to the camera. And everyone was just
Salut,
writing, oh,
George. What news?
doggy style,
I've been to the costume
I'd
shop.
plant one in that and all this shit. I was like, man, what the hell?
Yeah, I like it. What are you supposed to be?
I didn't hire a
It's
costume.
amazing.
These are my
I-
clothes, and
I
you know
wouldn't
it.
feel comfortable
Did you ask about the
sleeping
clown?
while people are watching.
Yeah.
It's odd.
He used the name Khan. He hired 2 costumes,
Yeah, it is
the
horrible.
clown and a pixie.
Then we're one jump ahead of him.
How do you make that out?
He probably plans to use the pixie suit next time he kills.
Oh, God, don't let it be me. I don't deserve to die at the hands of a pixie.
Don't be silly, George. That won't happen.
Oh, no?
No, because every time you see a pixie, you're going to run like hell.
What are you doing to help trace the killer clown?
Research, George.
Yeah? You have a copy of the clown's yearbook?
I have a telephone
sounds
and
to
lots
this
of
and stuff.
contacts.
Oh, really?
Well, did you find anything useful?
Not yet. I'm employing my first and most useful weapon.
So I'll wake them
What's
up.
that?
Patience.
Oh,
That's
I've heard of
impressive.
that. Isn't it a substitute for decisive thinking? Have you found out any more about the murders?
Well, it may be nothing, but both the clown's victims visited Paris earlier this year.
When?
The second week of July. They were both here at the same time.
Did they meet?
I don't know, but I can't imagine it was coincidence.
Yeah, it is, really. It is.
The guy at the novelty shop gave me this.
What is it?
A hand buzzer. You put it in your hand and give people electric shocks.
Why?
It's a gag, a practical joke.
If you ever use it on me, I'll break your arm.
Okay, okay. I get the picture. May I use your telephone?
Sure, go ahead.
Thanks.
Alright, let's ring Todrick.
Hello? Who is this?
I found out the name of the guy I'm looking for.
Is that so?
Yeah, it's Khan. You know who I'm talking about, don't you?
Yes, I delivered the suit to his hotel. The Hotel Ubu. I don't remember
Oh,
the room
this
number.
part's funny.
It was upstairs.
This
The
whole
second room
section
on
in
the
the
right-hand
hotel is
side of the
funny. You've
corridor.
got Guido.
Thanks, Todrick.
and-
That's all I wanted to know.
Can't remember
Now
the other
I've
guy's
got
name.
you,
Guido
Mr.
and
Clown.
Snatch, is it?
Now we're getting somewhere. Do you know the Hotel Ubu?
The Ubu? Yes, I do.
That's where the clown stayed.
Good work, George.
Alright, let's go.
See you later.
Where are you going now?
I could go hang out at the Hotel Ubu.
Watch out for Khan, George.
Don't worry, I will.
I remember her having blue high heels. Hotel Ubu. These guys are funny at the front. These guys. Man.
The man looked like an amiable Bigfoot. The guy looked just like a weasel.
It looked like a weasel.
Excuse me.
Yeah.
Do you happen to know a guy named Khan?
That ain't nobody I know.
I'm sorry to be a burden on your brain. You ever meet a guy called Plantow?
No, I ain't.
You missed your chance. If you're quick, you'll catch him at the coroner's.
Jeez.
Have you seen a guy dressed as a clown?
No, I ain't. Don't tell me I missed him.
Yeah, no worries,
Oh,
Angel.
that's too bad. I love the clowns, don't you?
I've seen daytime television that was funnier.
I love it when the little guys get hyped.
That figures.
Custard pies, hose pipe down the pants, then smack! A plank in the kisser.
What do these... Oh, never mind. Have you ever seen this clown's nose before?
Nope.
Do you recognize this tissue? Think carefully now.
Ooh, ooh, ooh,
I'm gonna have to hurry you.
ooh.
Time's up, so I'll tell you. It's a used tissue with a liberal dump of Bestheimer's number 12.
If you say so.
Shake my hand.
Do you recognize the guy in this photograph?
Is this a trick question?
No, I simply asked if you recognized him.
Okay then. Nope, I don't.
Shake my hand.
Nah.
Oh, rats. See you later.
Not if you see me first.
Excuse me.
Yes?
Have you heard of a guy called Plantar?
No, that name means nothing to me.
I'm looking for a clown.
Are you trying to be funny?
No, I really am looking for a clown.
There are no clowns here except you.
Do you know a man by the name of Khan?
No, I don't.
It's very important I get to see him, and
I told you, I don't know it.
Have you ever seen this clown's nose before?
No.
What does this tool suggest to you?
Hard labor.
What does this
Hard
tissue mean to you?
labor.
Are you serious?
Oh, yes. Take a good look at the substance it's smeared with.
You are sick. Very sick.
Do you recognize the guy in this photograph?
No, I never saw it.
Will you shake my hand?
Are you joking? Who knows where it has been?
Forget it.
Alright. This lady's playing the piano. Hello, George! Hello!
The woman was obviously English. She had all the qualities of Boadicea, Elizabeth I, and Margaret Thatcher rolled into one. It wasn't a pretty sight. Hi there, ma'am.
Well, hello. What can I do for you?
I'm looking for a man.
You disappoint me, my dear. For one foolish moment I thought... But never mind. Aren't you going to tell me your name?
George Stobart, ma'am.
How sweet! I once had a stable boy called George. I am Lady Piermont. The common reaction is to kneel and stutter, but it's not obligatory.
A real lady? I mean, you're an honest-to-God aristocrat?
Oh, I don't know about that. Few of my ancestors were honest, not even to God. I can trace my family back to the Normans, but don't let that intimidate you, George. Beneath that impressive pedigree, I'm just flesh and blood. The blood may be blue, but the flesh is the plump beef of old England, so to speak. You appear distracted, George. Is there any way I can help you?
I'm looking for a murderer.
Good heavens! You're a private detective.
That's
I
correct,
am
ma'am.
What's the term you Americans use?
How are you?
It's on the tip of my tongue.
I believe what you're thinking of is Dick.
Precisely.
Have you come across a man who calls himself Khan?
I am familiar with only one person named Khan.
Genghis Khan, the legendary Mongol barbarian chieftain?
No, darling, Kevin.
Kevin Khan? I never heard of him.
I'd be most surprised if you had, darling. He's a pharmacist in Hemel Hempstead. Organizes fundraising for the Rotarians. Lovely man.
Does he have a scar on his cheek?
I really wouldn't know, sweetie.
Did you know there's a gangster out front?
What makes you think he's a gangster?
The Italian suit and the bulge in his pocket?
I know plenty of men with Italian suits and bulges in their pockets. That doesn't necessarily make them gangsters.
Are you here in Paris on vacation?
No, darling, I'm on holiday. I needed to get away after Algy's funeral.
I didn't realize you were mourning the loss of a loved one.
I'm not. He was my husband.
I'm sorry to hear about your husband's death.
You wouldn't be if you knew him, my dear. It gave me the opportunity to
I'm
take
gonna
a
give you
well-deserved
probably
holiday. Daphne suggested a change of scenery.
Couple of minutes, and then I'm
Paris,
gonna
she
head off.
said. A wild
Get some
romance is
sleep,
just what
come
you
back
need to
tomorrow
take
and
your
swing it
mind
again
off the
tomorrow.
inquest. Well, the closest I came to romance was being wooed by a drunken Breton chef. I must say I was disappointed with his coq au vin. Not at all what I was expecting. I was thinking of cutting my holiday short, packing my bags and heading back to Hemel Hempstead. That was until last night.
What happened to you last night?
I was stricken, Mr. Stobart. Cupid's arrow has cleft my bosom.
They couldn't really miss.
It was just as I'd always imagined it should be. The intimacy of candlelight, romantic music tinkling across the room, and then a stranger's glance. Those brooding eyes, that suave manner, those tight trousers. He was the man I'd been waiting for all my life.
I'm glad he finally turned up after all these years.
Ah, but it wasn't to be. He was merely toying with my affections. And if I ever catch up with him, he's dead.
Who was the guy who led you on?
His name is Merlin.
Can you think of any use for this tool, ma'am?
Oh, I can think of someone I'd like to use it on.
Do you know what this is?
At a guess, I'd say it was a clown's nose.
That's right. It was worn as a disguise by a vicious killer.
Good heavens, are you trying to alarm me?
It's true. He uses the name Khan. Does this tissue mean anything to you?
Good God, no.
I just thought the smell might be familiar.
Please, darling, put it away. I'm no shrinking violet, but that object makes me feel quite queasy.
Do you recognize the man in this photograph?
My God, it's him. That's Merlin.
She represented everything I loved about the English. The lady was totally deranged. Merlin? You mean King Arthur's wizard?
Good heavens, no. Monsieur Merlin is a fellow guest. He's the man I've been telling you about. That's the man who spurned me.
The man you know as Merlin is a fake.
What do you mean, sweetie?
He's a murderer. He also uses the name Khan.
I am shocked, Mr. Stobart. Shaken. I took him to be a gentleman, a man of honor. You know, I'd rather like to assist you in stitching him up.
When did you last see Merlin?
It was no more than an hour ago.
Yeah, when it gets
He came
to
downstairs and spoke to that clerk chappie.
there and 30
Something
minutes,
past hand.
I'm going
I couldn't
to
see
head
what
off, guys.
exactly.
A briefcase?
No, smaller than that. A bundle of papers, perhaps. The clerk put it in the hotel safe and Merlin went out.
Are you sure you saw Merlin putting documents in the safe?
Yes, darling, positive.
I wonder what they were.
Obviously something of great importance.
Yeah. I'd sure like to get my hands on whatever it is. I'll bet they had something to do with Plantow's briefcase. Has Merlin returned to the hotel?
No, he hasn't. Are you going to search his room?
If I could get in there, I would. Would you like to shake my hand, ma'am?
Now, George, there's no need to be so formal. We met as tourists, and I want to keep it that way, despite the enormous social gulf between us.
All right.
I have to go, ma'am.
might head off there, guys. I'm keep falling asleep. But thanks for everybody that joined my stream. I will be back tomorrow, either to stream some more of this and some COD, obviously, maybe another game. I'll see how I feel tomorrow. Save the game. But yeah, thanks Jamie, thanks Angel for coming in and viewing my stream, lurking. And thanks Fizzy, I know you've been lurking as well and I appreciate it, thank you. Thanks Emma for coming in. Sorry I have to leave, you've caught me at the end of the stream really. If you're interested Emma, give me a follow and I'll let you know when I go online. I usually play COD and horror games and things like that. Just did something different today and played this game because I played this game when I was younger and it just got released as a Reforged game today. So I'll try it. Yeah, anyway, give us a follow Emma and I'll follow you back. Alright guys, I'm off now. Have a good day or night wherever you are. Love you all. See ya. Bye everyone.